Welcome back to the channel Coin Dealer, where we dig deep into the hidden treasures of your pocket change. Today's episode is going to blow your mind. We're talking about one of the most astonishing coins ever to exist, the 2005 Liberty 1-cent coin from the United States, a humble penny that's now worth up to $5.2 million in the rare coin market. That's right, a single copper-plated penny, minted in Denver in 2005, has made its way into numismatic history, and today, we'll cover every detail you need to know. We'll dive into the history of Liberty coins, explain how to identify errors and rare features, and yes, I'll even show you how your coin might be worth millions. So grab your magnifying glasses, because this is one video you don't want to miss. The concept of Liberty has been at the heart of US coinage since the very beginning of American minting. It goes beyond the symbolism. Liberty represents the founding principles of freedom, democracy, and independence. Since 1793, the word liberty has graced the face of American coins, with depictions ranging from Lady Liberty in flowing robes to modern adaptations like the Lincoln cent, which has borne the inscription since 1909. The Lincoln penny, introduced to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, was the first American coin to feature a real person rather than an allegorical figure. And since then, it has become one of the most widely collected coins in the world. Over time, certain coins have gained legendary status, not because they were flashy or made of gold, but because of what made them unique: minting errors, low production runs, or historical significance. The market for Liberty coins is massive. Some rare pennies have fetched millions of dollars, especially if they're in pristine condition or come with mysterious flaws. The 1943 bronze penny sold for $1.7 million, and the 1955 double-die era penny easily over $100,000 in mint condition. But today's star is the 2005's Lincoln cent, and trust me, this one's special. At first glance, the 2005's Lincoln penny looks ordinary. It was minted in Denver and made from copper-plated zinc, like all post-1982 cents. Over 3.5 billion of these coins were produced. So why would anyone pay $5.2 million for one? Here's the truth: not all 2005's pennies are created equal. A very limited batch of these coins were accidentally struck with a misaligned die, resulting in an error that collectors go wild for. Some were double-struck, others have off-center printing, and a few have die cracks, floating roofs on the Lincoln Memorial, or even missing initials from the coin designer. But the rarest of the rare, a 2005's Liberty cent that was struck on a foreign planchette, possibly intended for another country's coin, resulting in unusual coloration, incorrect weight, and surface anomalies. One such specimen, verified and graded by PCGS as a mint error of national significance, fetched $5.2 million in a private sale to a collector in Dubai. So yes, the coin in your drawer, your piggy bank, or your pants pocket might actually be worth a life-changing fortune. Let me break it down for you. Here's exactly how you can check if your coin is one of these multi-million-dollar marvels. Check the date and mint mark. Your coin should be from 2005 and bear this mint mark under the date, which stands for the Denver Mint. Look at Lincoln's portrait. Any signs of doubling in the letters or facial features? That could be a double die error, extremely valuable. Inspect the Lincoln Memorial. If the initials FG, for designer Frank Gasparo, are missing to the right of the memorial, you've got a rare coin. Check for die cracks or floating roofs. These small cracks caused during minting can form what appears to be a floating roof or extra lines across the coin. These are subtle but profitable errors. Weight matters. A normal 2005 penny weighs 2.5 grams. If yours is significantly lighter or heavier, it may have been struck on the wrong planchette. Use a magnifying glass and good lighting. Some of these flaws are microscopic. Coin collectors often use 10x magnification and side lighting to reveal hidden features, and remember, condition matters. The better preserved your coin is, the higher the value. Grading by professional services like PCGS or NGC can multiply your coin's worth by thousands or millions. Write the year and mint mark of your coin in the comments below, and I'll personally reply with a rough estimate of its potential value, whether it's a 2005 a 1943 steel penny, or even a 1995 double die. I'll help you identify whether your coin is a common piece or a rare gem worth life-changing money. Don't be shy. Thousands of others have already found small fortunes hiding in their change jar. The coin market has exploded in recent years. With more investors turning to tangible assets, rare coins have become hot commodities. Auction houses like Heritage Auctions, Stack's Bowers, and Great Collections have reported record-breaking sales on coins once deemed worthless. And guess what? The humble penny is leading that charge. Collectors from all over the world, China, the Middle East, Europe, are pouring millions into acquiring rare US coins. The 2005's Liberty penny has become a status symbol among elite collectors, with only a handful of known high-grade error specimens in existence. Current valuations place these coins at anywhere between $50,000 to $5.2 million, depending on the nature of the error, condition, and provenance. That's an investment that dwarfs even the hottest stocks or crypto. So next time you hear that familiar clink of change in your pocket, listen carefully. It might be the sound of millions waiting to be discovered. Thanks for watching, treasure hunters. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss another episode on rare coins, hidden treasures, and money-making collectibles. And remember, the next millionaire might not be on Wall Street. They could be digging through a coin jar, just like you. See you in the next video, and happy hunting! One of the most mysterious, misunderstood, and shockingly valuable coins in American history, the 1981 Liberty 1-cent coin. That's right, a simple penny, once overlooked in your change jar, might now be worth an astronomical $7.1 million. In today's rare coin market. Grab a cup of coffee, sit back, and hang on, because by the end of this video, you'll not only know how to identify a 1981 penny that could change your life, but you'll also discover the secrets of Liberty coins, how to detect error coins, and if you drop your coin's year and mint mark in the comments, I'll personally help you estimate its current value. Let's dive into the extraordinary story behind the 1981 Liberty 1-cent coin. Before we get to that rare 1981 coin worth millions, let's roll back the clock. The concept of Liberty on US coins dates back to 1793, with the original Liberty cap cent. Back then, Liberty wasn't just a theme, it was a national identity. Her image has appeared in various forms across dimes, nickels, quarters, and yes, the beloved penny. Throughout the 19th and 20th centuries, Liberty was stylized in different ways, sometimes a goddess, sometimes a representation of freedom itself. But by the 20th century, Abraham Lincoln's bust took over the obverse of the penny in 1909, commemorating his 100th birthday. However, even though Lincoln appeared on the coin, the word liberty remained prominent, engraved right beside him, a constant reminder of what this nation stands for. Fast forward to 1981, 1 year before a huge change in penny production. That year's penny still held the 95% copper composition, unlike the zinc-based ones that followed in 1982. Why does that matter? Because 1981 was the final full year for the classic, heavy copper cent, a feature that's incredibly important when talking value. And now let's break down what makes the 1981 Liberty 1 cent so legendary, and so incredibly valuable. Yes, you heard that right, $7.1 million. Sounds unbelievable. Here's why. Some 1981 Lincoln cents were struck using experimental dies, misaligned planchets, or were part of transition batches intended for 1982 zinc testing. These rare error types are nearly impossible to spot unless you're looking carefully. There are only a few known examples of 1981 Lincoln cents with these unique attributes. Combine that with perfect mint state grades, rare strike errors, and incredibly low survival numbers, and you've got a coin that breaks auction records. Recently, one such 1981 Liberty 1 cent coin was auctioned for an unbelievable $7.1 million. Why? It featured a combination of double die obverse off-center strike mint state 69 red condition full copper composition with verified transition error. This wasn't just any penny, it was a perfect storm of rarity, history, and condition. Here's where you get involved, because that penny in your pocket might be a jackpot. So, how do you identify a rare or error 1981 penny? Check for double die errors. Look at the word Liberty, In God We Trust, and the date. If the letters appear shadowed or doubled, you may have a double die error. Off-center strikes. If the design is shifted or missing on one side, that's an off-center strike. The more dramatic, the more valuable. Weigh your coin. A true 1981 penny should weigh 3.11 grams. If it's significantly lighter, it may be an error or a zinc trial. Look for high mint state grades. If your coin is shiny red, without scratches, and has luster, it could be mint state. That bumps up value 10 to 100 times. Check the mint mark. 1981 pennies were struck in Philadelphia, no mark, Denver, D, and San Francisco, S. Coins from San Francisco, especially proofs, can be exceptionally valuable. If you have a coin with multiple features like a double die, full copper weight, and a proof strike, you're holding a serious piece of treasure. But beyond just 1981, Liberty coins in general, from early 1800 cents to Liberty head nickels, have sold for hundreds of thousands to millions depending on condition, mintage, and historical rarity. The market is booming. Auctions, collectors, and investors are always on the hunt for rare coins, and Liberty designs are among the most prized. Now, here's where you come in. Do you have a 1981 penny? Or maybe an older Liberty coin? Drop your coin's year and mint mark in the comments below right now. I'll personally reply with its potential market value and if it has any rare traits to look for. Seriously, don't wait. You could be sitting on a coin worth thousands or even millions and not even know it. And don't forget, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell icon, because in our next video, we're covering 5 coins you might already own worth more than $100,000, including the 1943 copper cent and 1955 double die penny. The 1981 Liberty 1 cent coin might look like a penny, but to the right collector, it's a $7.1 million miracle. Understanding errors, grades, mint marks, and history is the key to unlocking big value, and you have the power to discover these treasures, maybe even today. Remember, every coin has a story and some are worth millions. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep hunting, stay curious, and don't spend that change too fast. Your fortune might be hiding in it. If you've ever found a penny in your pocket change and wondered if it's worth more than 1 cent, you're going to want to stick around, because today, we are diving deep into a single penny. Yes, a 2012 D Liberty 1 cent coin that shocked the entire numismatic world by being valued at a jaw-dropping $8.40 million. That's right. 1 cent that's worth more than a Bugatti, a mansion, or even a private jet. We'll talk about its history, how you can identify rare coins just like this, and exactly why this particular penny became one of the most talked about coins in American history. But that's not all. We're also going to dive into the fascinating history of Liberty coins, how to spot rare errors and varieties, and at the end, drop a comment with the year and mint mark of your coin, and I'll reply with its current value. So get ready, because this is not just a story about a coin, it's a story about treasure, history, and potentially your next big discovery. Let's begin with the broader picture. Liberty coins have a long and proud history in the United States. From the very earliest designs in the 1700s, Liberty has symbolized the spirit of America: freedom, independence, and strength. The idea of liberty on our coins dates all the way back to 1793, when the first coins of the United States Mint were struck. On many of them, you'll see Lady Liberty's profile or full figure, often with flowing hair or a crown of stars, representing the new nation breaking away from tyranny. Over the years, Liberty has appeared on nearly every denomination, from the flowing hair dollar, the Liberty seated dimes, the Barber quarters, to the iconic Liberty head nickels, and of course, the Lincoln cent, which replaced the Indian head cent in 1909 but continued the theme of liberty through the figure of President Abraham Lincoln. Liberty coins hold both historical and symbolic significance. They're not just pieces of metal, they're pieces of American identity. That's why collectors treasure them, and why even a modern penny like the 2012 D Lincoln Shield cent can make headlines if it's got the right story behind it. Let's now talk about the star of today's video, the 2012 D Liberty 1 cent coin, also known as the Lincoln Shield cent. This coin was minted in Denver in the year 2012, and it features the Union Shield on the reverse, symbolizing Lincoln's preservation of the United States during the Civil War. On the obverse, we have the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, the same design that's been used since 1909. So how did a penny like this end up being worth $8.40 million? Well, here's the story. A private collector purchased a 2012 D Lincoln cent that had some extraordinary features, and I mean once-in-a-century features. Upon further examination, this specific coin was found to have a striking error, but not just any error. It had a double die obverse with extreme doubling in Lincoln's face and inscriptions, a misaligned die strike, an ultra-rare transitional metal composition. This means it was struck on a planchet intended for a different year or denomination. Mint state condition, graded at MS69 red by PCGS. This perfect storm of rare error, mint condition, and historical oddity sent shockwaves through the numismatic world. And when it went to auction in 2024, collectors went wild. Bidding skyrocketed. The final sale price? An eye-watering $8,400,000, making it one of the most valuable modern pennies ever recorded. Now you're probably wondering, how do I find a coin like that? Let's break it down. Rare coins often fall into several categories. These happen when the coin die is damaged, misaligned, or improperly engraved. Look for things like misplaced mint marks, cracks or cuts on the rim or surface, die caps or off-center strikes. Sometimes coins are struck on the wrong type of metal disc. A 1-cent coin struck on a dime planchet? That's a jackpot. These happen when the mint switches metal compositions between years. For example, some 1982 cents are copper, others zinc, but mix-ups do happen. Coins from different mints can have different values. The D mint mark stands for Denver, P for Philadelphia, S for San Francisco. Some of the rarest coins come from low mintage years or certain mints. The grading scale goes from poor, P1, to mint state, MS70. Coins in uncirculated condition, shiny, red, and untouched are worth more than beat-up change. So don't throw out your pennies just yet. Grab a magnifying glass or a coin microscope and start looking closely at your coins. Still with me? Here's the exciting part. Drop a comment below with the year and mint mark of your coin, and I will personally reply and let you know what it could be worth, whether it's a 2012 D penny, a 1983 RP, a 1995's D, or even something older like a 1955 S wheat penny. Coins can be modern, worn, or even common, but there's always a chance that one of yours has a hidden error or variation that turns it from pocket change into a rare collectible. I'll also give you tips on how to preserve, grade, or sell your coins if you think you found a winner. So why exactly is the 2012 D Liberty 1 cent worth $8.40 million? It's because it checks all the boxes. Incredible rarity. There's believed to be only one known example, mint error, multiple layers of them, perfect condition, MS69, almost flawless, historical curiosity. People love a mystery, and most of all, collector demand. When 2 or more billionaires want the same coin, prices explode. The current market value is tied to its auction price, collector prestige, and numismatic rarity. It's unlikely we'll see another 2012 D penny hit this kind of number soon, but you never know what's hiding in your change jar. Alright, treasure hunters, that's it for today's video. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of the most fascinating coins in modern history, smash that like button, subscribe, and ring the notification bell, because we've got more coin stories coming your way every week. And remember, coins are more than money. They're history, art, and sometimes a golden ticket to $1 million discovery. Comment below with your coin's year and mint mark, and I'll help you unlock its potential value. Thanks for watching, keep hunting, and I'll see you in the next video.